A quick review of mineral physical properties. Each mineral, since it has a unique chemical composition, will always have a unique set of physical properties. The way it looks and the way it behaves, the way it acts, those are the physical properties. And by using these physical properties, we can identify the mineral. So knowing these properties, knowing how to test them, is very important. Okay, some of them are more important than others and help you identify a mineral quicker. So we're going to quick talk about some of the important ones and some that are not too helpful. Okay, first of all, color. Never use color to identify a mineral just because there's so much variance between what a mineral might look like on the outside. For example, my favorite mineral, quartz, has a whole bunch of different colors to it. It can be pink or purple or smoky or black or clear like a crystal. It's really cool just because of trace elements found within it. Okay, streak on the other hand is very important. If you streak or just rub a mineral on a tile, it'll turn that mineral into a powder. And using the powder, that's kind of like the true color of a mineral. You can really use that for identification. Luster, not too important. Crystal form is pretty much just how on the outside the crystal looks, the mineral looks. Hardness is very important. Okay, you have to know how to run a hardness test. You have to know what the hardness scale is called, Mohs scale of hardness. And you do have to remember these different measurements that we use, like your fingernails, 2.5 on Mohs scale, penny, glass, steel, and a diamond, all very important. The next two that are really helpful that you have to be able to recognize in lab and also know for the test is the difference between cleavage and fracture. Okay, cleavage is when a mineral breaks along these very, very flat surfaces. Like if you just take a look at table salt that maybe you spill on your french fries or whatever, each one of those little tiny chunks of salt is a little cube, and it breaks that way. It's not cut, it breaks that way. And it's because not all bonds in a mineral are the same strength. Sometimes there are weak bonds that have a tendency to break sooner. And when all of those weak bonds are lined up on the same surface, when it's hit or drops or force is applied, the weak bonds are going to be the ones to break. And since they're all on the same surface, it will produce these flat surfaces that we call cleavage. Fracture, on the other hand, is when there's no flat surfaces, and that's because the weak bonds are scattered all over. They're random. Okay, again, my favorite mineral, quartz, that's one that has fracture. Okay, you will not find a flat surface on it. Also, make sure to keep in mind the distinctive properties of minerals. Things like sphalerite, if you streak it, the streak, the color isn't super important, but the smell. Okay, sphalerite streak stinks, and that's a very unique, distinctive property to help you identify sphalerite. And many minerals have their own distinctive properties. If you have any questions, make sure to ask.